for slope-intercept form, you want to put the equation in the form y equals, you finish it, y equals mx plus b. Okay, so that's what we're going to write in slope-intercept form. Okay? So slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Okay, so in this form, that means that your value of m is the slope and your b is the y-intercept. Now, if we read the directions for example 3, it says to find the slope of the line, okay, and then we're going to do that by writing the equation in slope-intercept form. So we have to write it in the form y equals mx plus b. Alright, so we're going to do the first one together. So what we have to do is we have to solve for y. Okay? This is similar to what we did in first semester when we were solving for a variable. So when you write the equation in slope-intercept form, you have to solve for y. When you're solving for y, what does that mean? What is our goal? If you're solving for y. Yeah, y should be by itself on one side of the equation, right? Okay, so if you want to get y by itself, the first thing you want to do is, if there's anything on the same side as the y, you're going to move it over. So if you have 8x plus 2y, how do we move over the 8x? Do you guys have any ideas? Yep, exactly. You're going to minus it. Okay, so then when you do 8x minus 8x, you get 0. So that cancels. The 2y gets brought down. Okay, and then you can't subtract these because this has an x and this doesn't. I do want you to write this side in the form mx plus b, which means I want you to write the negative 8x first plus 96. Okay, if you had 96 minus 8x, that would not be wrong. Okay, it's just at the very end you would have to switch those two around. Okay, now y is almost alone. What do I have to move over now? I have to move over the 2. Now, when you move over the 2, okay, and you divide both sides by 2, on this side, you have to divide the 8 by 2, and you have to divide the 96 by 2. Okay, so what you're doing is cutting those in half. What's half of 8? What is half of 8? 4. Okay, so this is negative 4x. And then if you ever have to do like half of 96 without a calculator, sometimes it's easier to do half of 90. Do you guys know what half of 90 is? 45. And then do you know what half of 6 is? Yep, so if you do 45 plus 3, you get, yep. Okay, so writing the equation in slope-intercept form, this is slope-intercept form. Okay, so that's the first thing we have to do. Then the second thing is to find, it just says find the slope, Okay, so you don't have to find the intercept for this like we were practicing before. So your slope is the m. M is always in front of what variable? Yup. So the number in front of x is -4. So that's your slope. And I just want you to write yourself a little note. Slope is always in front of x. The slope is always in front of your x. Okay, so for part B, again, we need to solve for y. Okay, so if we're going to solve for y, okay, what's something that we have to move over to the other side? Good, yep, we have to move the 90 over. So can you guys move that across the line properly and write out what it's going to be? I'm going to give you a minute to do that. Okay, so if you subtracted, you are correct. And then, again, the x is always going to go first, so 5x minus 90. You can't do 5 minus 90. Why? Why is that not allowed? Why do I have to write them out separately? You can only combine values if they are, there's a special word for it. They have to be like terms. So that means they have the same variable to the same power or no variable at all. Okay? All right, and then your last step is to divide the 9. So this is 5 divided by 9x over 90 divided by 9. So if you do 5 divided by 9, is that going to be a whole number? No, okay, because 5 doesn't go into 9 evenly. And then, but does 90 go into 9 evenly? Yep. So this is 5 over 9x. You're going to keep it just like that, no decimals. And then 90 divided by 9 is 10. So because the negative's in front, we're going to keep it there. Okay, and it's okay if the y is on this side, that's fine. Okay, and then in this case, what's going to be your slope? Yep, 5 over 9. Okay, now the last one, you have to solve for y, but look, there's nothing to add or subtract over, so what do we have to do to both sides? Yep, just have to divide by 5. Okay, so you guys go ahead and simplify that for me. And then on your 5-4 sheet, All right, let's see if we got this right. So we're dividing by 5. Okay, and then 160 divided by 5 was 32. This was 9 over 5. And then when you're writing it in mx plus b, you can just flip these two. So it's 9/5 x plus 32. This is your y equals mx plus b form. Okay, and then your slope is 9/5.